Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Joey Styles, and with Montel Vritadius Porter. And today on Collision or Hit, we have a good show here today on Collision or Hit. Yesterday we saw Alaska beat Austin Theory and keep the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings, for another day. Now we wonder what kind of match we're going to have, here today on Collision or Hit. Well, I don't really know, Joey Styles says, what match that we're going to have here today, on Collision or Hit, but I most likely guess it's going to be a good show. And you should be thankful, Tony and Joey, that I'm back again, and you don't have to deal with Clarence Mason, who didn't really bring all that happiness or glee or gladness to the show as, some folks, thought that he would. Yeah, we do know Montel Vritadius Porter, that Tony Schiavone says that you're back on the show again. That we do know you're back on the show again. And we like to know how long that's going to be, Tony Schiavone says. Well, I don't know until someone in the toy wrestling gathering comes up with something for Bobby Lashley to do. Then who knows? Who knows when that's going to be? Montel Vritadius Porter says. All right. Corey Gray. All right. Cody Rhodes says. So I lost. Well, I didn't lose. Yeah, I did lose the WWE heavyweight winnings to John Cena. But I didn't lose the TWF heavyweight winnings. That was taken off of me, and then that was given to Seth Rollins, of all folks. Now, I don't want to go, and I'm not the kind of man to bitch or rant or say something is unfair and not right. But why would someone take the TWF heavyweight winnings off of me? Why? Now, I know that Seth Rollins and me, we'll just say that we have on-look for each other. Hell, we both fought about 3 times in the beginning of my 2-diff run in WWE. But anyway, so now Seth Rollins got the TWF heavyweight winnings because the world heavyweight winnings have been withdrawn. The strap that went back started in 2003 while Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Well, guess what? It ended with Seth Rollins. But I will get the TWF heavyweight winnings back one day. That, will happen. Only I would like to know why someone out there, thought that it would be such a great thing. And it's not going to be Daniel Bryan, because he's not even the one that I think even did it. I think that he was just following a telling, from someone else in upper leadership. I think that it was Astronema or Corone that made that call. Because she did do it before. Alright, Cody Rhodes. You are right. First off, stand up. You were right, Cody Rhodes. It was me. I'm the one who made the call, to have the TWF heavyweight winnings taken off of you. But you want to know why? Because even though you are a great wrestler, even though you are a free time, even though you are the Friedrich Runnels to be in the wrestling business, to be a wrestler since your father and your half older brother, you haven't really brought the looking up. And to be earnest with you, Cody, I think that you kind of just stepped into something way too early. I mean, yes, when you came back to WWE in 2022 YL, and then you had your great matches with Seth Rollins, you got wounded, came back, won, you lost the Roman Reigns, won 2 back-to-back Kingly Thunder matches, to only do what Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and Steve Austin did before you. And a lot of folks were saying that either when you won the WWE heavyweight winnings at last year's WrestleMania, a lot of folks were saying, oh, Cody Rhodes isn't a good WWE heavyweight fighter. Oh, Cody Rhodes isn't a good TWF heavyweight fighter either. So, it's your belief, Astronema, your thought, Astronema, that I'm not a good enough skilled wrestler, and that's why you had it taken off of me and given to Seth Rollins, a man that, yes, I do have a lot of onlook for. Well, we'll just say that it wasn't Seth Rollins himself. It was Seth Rollins' new overseer, Paulie Dangerously, that made the call, believing that Seth Rollins should be the TWF heavyweight fighter, under the grounds that Seth Rollins is a former 2-time WWE heavyweight fighter, a 2-time World Heavyweight Fighter, the 26th between YL1, and a former World Heavyweight Fighter, the 9 between 91 YL1 and WWE, on top of being a former first WWE NXT Heavyweight Fighter and a former FCW Heavyweight Fighter too. So, you listened to Paulie Dangerously, you caved in, and you took my strap off of me. Now, I could see if I was wounded. I could see if I was sick or something. Then, yeah, that would make a lot of thought. But just taking it off because Paulie Dangerously said so? That's dumb. It's not that we did it. Cody Rhodes, we did it because we knew we were shielding you. Because sooner or later, folks were going to shift on you, like they did to everyone else. So, Ecliptor, you were shielding me because you were frightened or worried that folks would hate me someday, like they shifted on so many other wrestlers over the years. I can handle being either booed or cheered. And you, Astronema, or Corone, which I fought when you came to the TWF in 2020 YL, that would at least have been at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 years ago. It won't be 5 until the end of the year anyway. I thought that you would always do what was right. Alright? Well, you're going to do what's right. You tell Seth Rollins that I want to have another match with him for the TWF heavyweight winnings. You got that? Oh, yeah, I got that. But you got to have a match, Cody Rhodes. And if you have the match, then you can fight Seth Rollins. Well, who is that going to be against? Who are you going to have me fight so I can show that I'm worthy of fighting Seth Rollins again? Well, alright. I got you to thinking, and here's the one, that you'll have to fight. He's coming up. Wham! What was that all about? Well, something Tony Schiavone says, something doesn't seem right here. Astronema seems to be shifting heel, you know, and I think Ecliptor, who has been in the TWS since 2012 YL, has shifted heel too. And now, and Santos Escobar striking Cody Rhodes down from behind like a weakling, Tony Schiavone says, that does come off like a heel. You know, Tony Schiavone says, yeah, you could be right about that. Joey Styles says, Astronema Carone could be going heel. But she did not strike Cody Rhodes down herself. That was Santos Escobar. Hey, Montel Mercedes Porter says, about time we had a heel on-screen leadership fellow. Whoever that need to be, Montel Mercedes Porter says, and I think Carone or Estrada make a great one. And Santos Escobar just wearing down Cody Rhodes. So, Montel Mercedes Porter, you think that Astronema being heel would be good for business, Tony Schiavone said. I think not. Well, Joey Styles says Santos Escobar, who is a former WWE light heavyweight fighter when he was on NXT, that's the only thing he has seemed to have won during his whole time in W so far for income before going from NXT to SmackDown. Wait a minute, Cody Rhodes just slammed down Santos Escobar. Tony Schiavone said. Montel Mercedes Porter said, I think Astronema has come to her thought. She knows Seth Rollins is a greater fighter, a greater TWF heavyweight fighter than the Vinlander Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and it is what it is. And now Cody Rhodes now has to prove it over again. Catastrophe kick. You know, the Cody Cutter. Here comes the Round Street on Santos Escobar. Will Cody Rhodes beat Santos Escobar here today on Collision or Hit? Tony Schiavone says. Joey Styles said, and if he wins, will he be fighting Seth Rollins for the TWF heavyweight winnings? I don't know, Montel Mercedes Porter says. I do not know. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Cody Rhodes. The Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Well, the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, has beat Santos Escobar. You know, here today on Collision or Hit, Tony Schiavone says, the former WWE NXT light heavyweight fighter. You know, because that was the only thing he did in WWE, the only thing he won in WWE so far. You know, Joey Styles said. And did Astronema truly go heel? Tony Schiavone said. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know, Joey Styles says. I would hate to, believe that she did. But sadly, I believe she did. Ain't there need be no truth to back it up, Joey Styles says. I can tell you what, Montel Mercedes Porter says, I believe she did go heel. And I believe that Cody Rhodes is going to be the new one that she's now going to fuck with. Forgive my English here, Montel Mercedes Porter says. All right, take it away, Mike Lane. Thank you, Tony Schiavone and Joey Styles. I'm going to be talking with Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare, here today on Collision or Hit. All right, Cody Rhodes, you were the former TWF heavyweight fighter. You've had your match with Santos Escobar. All of a sudden, your strap's taken off of you. You beat Santos Escobar, and I guess that means now you got the right to fight Seth Rollins. Well, Mike Lane, I hope that gives me the right to fight Seth Rollins, because I don't really know if I can trust Astronema or trust Carone anymore. I mean, she didn't really give me a straight answer to my asking thing, now did she? It was almost as if someone above them made the call. Now, I don't know if that would be the forest setter, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, or that would have been one of the owners, Xena. I don't know who made that call. And if it only was Astronomer who made that call, what does she have against me? Well, I don't know what Astronomer or Corone has against you, if she has anything against you or not. But yeah, a lot of folks are always wondering, why did your strap get taken off? Why did they give up your strap and give it to Seth Rollins? The world may never know. Well, I'm going to get down to the bottom of it. I beat Santos Escobar, which he is a good wrestler, and hopefully that means I have the right to Seth Rollins now, if I can believe or trust what Astronomer said. So, Corone, I'm going to give you my thought is, I'm going to give you that hopefully I can trust you. Hopefully you'll have a match with Seth Rollins, and hopefully I'll win it back for the 2nd time. Well, that's my talk with Cody Rhodes. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Joey Styles. Well, thank you, Mike Lane, for talking with Cody Rhodes here today on Collision or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Joey Styles and with Montel Vertadius Porter. We hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Power or Might.